In this quick video guide, we're going to see how we can use the sun position and align the sun with the texture image, or also we can use just the sun. So let's get started right away. This is the standard scene in Blender. Now what I can do is just delete these objects which I don't need, and let's create like a little set. So I'm gonna just turn this into small house shape by going into edit mode and going here to cuts in the middle. Be careful on the snaps. So I'm gonna turn off the snap, cuts in the middle, select the little edge, select the move tool, and just point this upward like this. So we have a small house. And then also let's add a mesh plane so that we can use it to test our shadows from the sun and from the environment. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna push it down, or either like push up the house. Okay, now that we have our set, let's activate the tool that we're going to use. If it's not activated, we need to make sure that it's on. So we're going to go to Edit, we're going to go to Preferences, Get Extensions, search for the sun position, and this is the one that you want. Now, if it's not installed, you can install it. If it's already installed, you can go in the add-ons and check if it's on or off. So you can see here that I can turn it off, and so you want to make sure that this is on, and then we can turn down this panel. Okay, so where do we find that? First of all, you want to make sure that you are in standard mode here, and you want to see the standard interface, and you want to go in the properties panel, you go to the world, and this is the sun position right here. So it's in the environment in a way, but it's not already usable because we don't have any sun object, we don't have any environment. So we need to start by creating a sun. So let's go to add and go to light and choose sun. So sun is a directional light, it's a direct light, and you can position this whatever you want, it doesn't matter. The important thing is how this is rotated. So you can do it manually. You can rotate the sun like this. And let's start by also going into the render preview. So we're not going to use materials, so that we don't really care about materials. We're going to go directly to the fourth sphere here on the top. So now we can see the little shadow there projected by that little house. Now in the render settings, we're using Eevee right now. We can stick with Eevee for a while, and then we'll change. So you can see if I rotate, the sun is going to project the shadow, and it's also going to change a little bit the intensity. If it goes like upside down, it's going to be dark. Okay, so this is one way we can do this, and the other way is to use the sun positioner. So I'm going to go here to world, and I'm just going to pass through the environment. Right now the environment is just gray, so let's change it just slightly. Okay, but it's just gray, which is not great. And I'm going to go down, and here in the sun position panel, I need to either pick the sun in the scene, or I can click here and select it. So there you go. Now we establish this alignment, and it went just right there. It's kind of like 50 meters above the scene. So we can now start to work a little bit. Now you can also show things like the north or other stuff here. But let's, just keep the north on. Or you can just turn it off, it doesn't matter. Now the important thing is that here, using this, we can use coordinates. So we can use the latitude. You can see there. We bind this tool to the sun, and we can use the longitude. So we can define, instead of just rotating it, we can put like some actual coordinates that you can also copy and paste right here from other application. And we can also change the offset. So this is the north offset. We can fix it if we want. And there's the distance, so we can make it closer. And you can see it doesn't matter the position of the sun. It doesn't change anything. It's just a matter of how it's oriented, how it's rotated. Now, additionally, we also have here a possibility to use the day of the year. So we can change the day of the year, and it's going to affect the sun position. Even we can change the year. So we can say, okay, 2026, and then we can say the time. So from, midnight to to noon, and etc., etc. So you can change this to represent the time. So 10:30 in the morning in this case. And also the UTC zone. So that's another value representing the zone of the Earth. And down here you have all the information that you just set up. Okay, but this is kind of too boring as a setup. So what we can do is activate, add a texture here in the world environment. So I'm gonna go to color, and it's plain gray. If I click here, I can select, well, I can use an image, which is going to be an HDRI, and we already dedicated other video guides to HDRI and also to Blender Kit, which is a tool which gives you also HDRIs or environment texture. Or we can go in the simpler sky texture, which is also interesting. So let's use sky texture. Okay, now you can see that it's telling us that the sun disk will not be available in Eevee. What does it mean? It means that when you use the sky texture, you can change the sun size, the sun intensity, the sun elevation, all these stuff right here. So basically the sun is connected with the sky texture. So let me just show you here. Let me decrease the sun intensity a little bit, and also the strength of the overall texture, so it was too strong. So you can see that I can see the sky, I can see the sun projecting the light, but actually the sun is coming from that other direction, so these two are not aligned. So I need to do this again, either manually or I can use the sun position. But let me go step by step. First of all, let's activate cycles here in the render engine panel. And I'm going to switch to GPU so we can see also a little better. Okay, and now we can see the sun disk is right there on the top. So if I go back to the environment panel, I can change the sun size and make it really big or really small. I can change the sun intensity and the sun elevation. I can fix the sun elevation, the sun rotation, the altitude, and the air also creates beautiful effects and colors. These are kind of atmospheric effects, the ozone, the aerosol, and it will interact with the sky texture and the sun. So, but these are not connected. They're kind of going their own way. So how we can make them synchronized, we go back down here in the sun position. So before we just use the sun, now we can also apply a sky texture here. So if I click, I can say, okay, I want to use the sky texture. Okay, so now you can see that the two are aligned. So we have the sun represented here in the sky texture, and we have the actual direct light in this position. So if I go back down here and I start to move, you see the latitude and the longitude of the sun is also going to affect the sky texture. So the sky texture, the sun and the sky now are a system. They are aligned, and you can see if I go like in a more sunset or dawn, it's gonna change also the colors and everything. So again, we can go up and then change this, make it however we like. So we can really play with these atmospheric effects, which are really beautiful. And this is one way you can use it, or we can just use the environment. And you can see here we are missing the environment. So we can use the sky texture again. And this time we're just going to use, okay, you can see this is not working. The sky texture is not working. So we can try to use the world output. Still doesn't work. It just moves the sun. It doesn't move the sky texture because this is a procedural texture. So let's just remove this. And instead of using this sky texture, also I want to remove it from here. So I'm going to click again on the yellow dot, remove it. Okay, so now we only have the sun again. So another option is to use HDRI. Now the quickest way you can use the HDRI is just use Blender Kit. And again, we dedicated another video guide to Blender Kit. It's a tool that gives you a lot of assets. And among these, you'll find the HDRIs right here. So I'm just gonna take this evening sunset. I'm gonna click and drag it and drop it on the background. Choose a resolution. Well, let's use 1K. It's gonna be fine for this example. And there you go. So now again, we have a nice sky, a nice environment. Let me close this stripe. You can open and close it. But again, if you're interested in Blender Kit, you'll find other video guides in the channel explaining all the various possibilities. So now we can see that the sun in the image is right here, but the sun in our scene, in our 3D scene, is right here. So they are not aligned again. So if I go back here to the environment and I click on environment texture, now I can pick the environment texture, which is going to be, something, an actual image. Okay, and now they're still not aligned. So what I'm going to do is rotate this sun and, try to position it in order to be aligned with the image. Okay, the best I can. And then I can bind the texture to the sun. So now if I rotate one, it's also going to rotate the other. And so why would I use both? Well, it's really simple, because when I use only let me go here in the sun, for example. If I turn off the sun, or I drop down the strength of the sun like 0, then you can see that this doesn't project strong shadows. It's really mild, it's really diffuse. So the strength here of the sun can help me to generate like a stronger shadow right here. I can also change like the color of the sun. I can make it, something similar to what I have here. Or I can use the temperature, or a mix between the two, etc., etc. So you can, play with all these parameters right here and find the good balance between the sun and the sky. So this is a quick demonstration of how you can use the sun position, and how you can use either the sun and the HDRI, or the sun and the sky procedural texture, and how you can align them and how you can work together with them. So this will be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to the channel to stay updated. Join the channel to support us, and check our other courses also in Blender, for example. We have a lot of courses in Blender and in general 3D rendering, 3D modeling. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next.